Wealth through entrepreneurship is there. The business is a tool to help you build assets through what? Income you pull off a profitable business.
I come to you and I say, hey, I have $20,000 that I want to invest in your social impact project. Would you be able to give me a full proposal within 24 hours? If the answer is no, then you're not prepared.
I think we overlook the issue of time when we think about wealth creation. That's really important.
It's how can you be proactive about where the industries are going, future of ... You know, if you're out in the vanguard helping folks think about the future of these things, whether it's climate change or, you know, infrastructure, et cetera, I think we'll all be better off.
You have to be persistent, but you also have to remember that if you're doing something disruptive and new and innovative, you can't do it alone.
Be prepared to speak up on issues where you know you're the subject matter. You're the business owner. You're the CEO. You're the chief vision. You know this. Don't be afraid.
Einstein said, to paraphrase, not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted.
You know, our work is to partner with you. Like, how am I helping you make the right connections to move forward? To your point on leadership, we're investing in leaders, and we're trusting y'all to figure out how to do the work.
Part of our work is to work with so many other organizations like Impact Ventures and others in the state and say, how do we make this ecosystem stronger for entrepreneurs overall, especially for social entrepreneurs? You got to slowly build it, and presence matters.
The thing that I think excites me the most is that we're now looking at the root, which is the underwriting and really changing what those criteria are, or just kind of thinking outside the box.
This is where the rubber meets the road, right? This is where the money meets the street, is in underwriting. And so we need those commitments to be very specifically about how we choose who gets the money. And so underwriting needs to change across the board, across the system.
It's not the traditional way of just going through the numbers and data and then deciding. It's having that human aspect to really put together the entire story.
Because we have to create a new thing. We have to build a new world where opportunity is accessible, where you put somebody's destiny in their own hands, and their own agency is the thing that's creating the opportunities for them. We have to have the systems, we have to have the policies, we have to have the government structures, and we have to have new norms and expectations for groups that have been historically the afterthought.
This moment is for you. This moment is for how we're going to show up today and what we're doing, not just here at the summit, but for the rest of our day, right? We're going to have a moment of reflection on what that looks like.
The folks who are really successful, at least the ones I've met in Ghana, on the Navajo Nation, and other places where I've studied people getting out of poverty, the ones who are the most successful, they don't really need the money because they're able to leverage all those other types of unique capital that they bring.
If you hear the stories that I've heard of people around the nation and why they're choosing to take their kids out of certain schools and create their own schools, then all of a sudden you have a different lens on what people are really asking for.
Your answers to your problems are in people.
I am going to tell this story, and I'm going to tell it true. And she looked at me and her eyes got watery, and she says, I don't know why I have to tell you this, but I am so proud of you. I only write about love. And she said, in that case, I want to help you.
And so that was a driving factor for me, that now, you know, being married with 2 kids, I've afforded myself the ability to go see my sons in the middle of the day, right? Like, take them and say, no, you're not going to school today. Like, just hang out with me. Like that was a thing for me. Like, freedom to be able to be there for my family was my biggest driver. So really, you got to think about your why, right? And think about, okay, why do I want to do this, right? And I'm still at the early stage. And also, am I doing the things in the early stage that I need to do to figure out what I need to figure out?